Okay, magandang gabi. So, this evening we are going to talk about global warming. Now, what is global warming? When you hear the word global warming, what does it mean? Okay, so global warming is the term used to describe a gradual increase, paunti-unti po, increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere and its oceans, a change that is believed to be permanently changing the Earth's climate. Okay, so there is a great debate among many people and sometimes in the news on whether global warming is real, or some call it a hoax or just a joke. But climate scientists looking at the data and the facts agree that planet is really warming. While many view the effects of global warming to be more substantial, it's more evident, no? Kitang-kita, ramdam na ramdam, and more rapidly occurring than others do. The scientific consensus on climatic changes related to global warming is that the average temperature of the Earth has risen between zero point 0.4 and zero point 0.8 degrees Celsius over the past 100 years. Okay, so what causes the Earth's climate to change? Ano daw yung dahilan kung bakit nagbabago yung climate sa mundo? Okay? Number one is greenhouse effect. The answer is greenhouse effect. So what is greenhouse effect? What does it mean? So the greenhouse effect is the process by which radiation from a planet's atmosphere warms the planet's surface to a temperature above what it would be without his atmosphere. Okay, so example, drive cars, burning of woods, burning of coal, large power plants. Okay, greenhouse effect. Second is deforestation. So what is deforestation? It is an activity of cutting out trees in the forests in with the purpose of development of that particular place. Halimbawa, yung isang lugar na yun ay gagawing syudad. Okay, so puputulin yung mga kahoy dyan. So, resourcing the raw material to process goods like paper. So, puputulin natin yung kahoy, gawin natin na paper. Okay, so deforestation. Okay, so massive deforestation could lead to less carbon dioxide being absorbed for photosynthesis process and causing much more of the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. So how it looks when a forest is completely destroyed? Anong mangyayari? Oh, as you can see in the pictures. So, ito na, wala nang masyadong mga kahoy. Okay, mga building na lang ito makikita natin. Okay, so the effects of deforestation can have a negative impact on the environment. The most dramatic impact is a loss of habitat for millions of species. Wala na pong matitirhan yung mga animals natin living in the forest. Okay? So 80% of Earth's land animals and plants live in the forest, and many cannot survive the deforestation that destroys their home. Okay? So, what causes global warming? Number one, um, there are top five reasons. Okay, number one is forest fires, the man's best friend, sunspots, permafrost, water vapor. Okay, so forest fires, as you can see in the picture. So forest fires emits filled smoke into the atmosphere, and new forest growth is slow and not stable enough to produce the much needed oxygen into the newly suffocation carbon air. Next is the man's best friend. So, nature's animal release carbon dioxide, although minor, is still a natural causing factor in releasing more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So animals also breathe out carbon dioxide like we do and methane. So their small contribution is minuscule compared to humans and their consumption of non-renewable energy. Okay, so sunspots. According to the Environment Protection Agency, sunspots are increasing global temperature. Sunspots restrict the passing of solar plasma, which in effect gives off radiation. Another is permafrost. How it can be that global warming when you're still freezing in Tibet. Okay, bakit daw? When in Tibet, they're still freezing there. So the permafrost is actually leaking carbon into the Earth's atmosphere when frozen soil constituting about 25% of the northern hemisphere. It keeps in the carbon and methane gases. Water vapor. Increasing water vapor leads to warmer temperature, which causes more water vapor to be absorbed into the air. So warming and water absorption increase in a spiraling cycle. So water vapor can also amplify the warming effect of the greenhouse gases, such that the warming brought about by increased carbon dioxide allows more water vapor to enter the atmosphere. Okay, so effects of global warming. So melting glaciers, early snow melt, and severe um, will cause more dramatic water shortages and increase the risk of wildfires in the American West. So rising sea levels will lead to coastal flooding on the eastern seaboard, especially in Florida and in other areas such as Gulf of Mexico. So forests, farms, and cities will face troublesome new pests, heat waves, heavy downpours, and increased flooding. Gave very timely, no, in our country as of today, no, in the area of Cotabato, grabe po yung flooding doon. All those factors will damage or destroy agriculture and fisheries. So disruption of habitats such as coral reefs and alpine meadows could drive many plant and animal species to extinction. Mawawala na po sila. Okay, so another effect, allergies, asthma, and infectious disease outbreaks will become more common due to increased growth of pollen producing ragweed. So, higher levels of air pollution and the spread of condition favorable to pathogens and mosquitoes. Okay, so that would be all of a little overview about global warming. Thank you for listening and good evening.